that family kind of showed us what it meant to be, they're heroes in so many ways, everyday, ordinary heroes. And there's so many of them, veterans and other people with illnesses and with paraplegics. And just, it makes you count your blessings, honestly, it really does.
Nick, I'll start with you. I was just wondering if you could talk a little bit about how you found this story of Gigi and Nate and what made you want to bring it to the big screen.
When I was told about it, I didn't want to do it, as Marcia will testify. And I think when she was told about it, she didn't want to do it because you never really want to investigate your professional life when you're working with an animal because it's really difficult. It just doubles up everything. I mean, the normal chaos on a film set and trying to get actors to find truth in a moment is compounded by and made much more difficult when you're working with a live animal. So at the beginning, I didn't want it. But then I read it and I worked on it and I read the story and I started to understand the background. And I realized it was the most extraordinary, fresh, new idea. And I wanted to understand more about the relationship between an animal and a disabled person and what that relationship can bring to both partners. And so we kind of dived in, and the movie is this wonderful debate about how we now deal with animals, how we work with animals, not just in our business, in the entertainment business, but outside of that, and our entire relationship with them. And so that's what we're trying to do, really, I suppose, encourage that debate and encourage that conversation.
Definitely. And I think what was so beautiful about it was also, Gigi also forms a relationship with the rest of the family and brings out good qualities in everybody. And so, Marcia, for you, I was so curious, what was it like working with Allie the monkey? And, were there any particularly challenges that came up while you guys were filming?
Yeah, I had to push her out of the way for my close-ups. She was very adept and very intelligent, and she quickly grasped what it meant to be an actor in all the perfectly great ways, but also in some of the diva ways. She was demanding her close-ups. I was like, "Will you be in your trailer, Miss Gigi?" But what I also found was that there's these two stories that are happening. One is this story of the relationship between humans and animals and how we can have this synchronicity and this lovely love and caring and nurturing relationship. And the other is what happens to a family when they're met with disaster. When the worst thing in the world happens, everything a mother, a father, a kid would never want. Your child is hurt and the rest of their lives will be affected by it. You have to look at that child every day and you feel that pain for them. So it was about the human spirit and how we conquer that and choose to move on and what we choose to do. It's sort of that sink or swim, and it's easy to say, but it's so hard to do because it's much easier to be like, oh, I'm a victim. And that story that Nick found, it's a true story. And so that family kind of showed us what it meant to be, they're heroes in so many ways, everyday, ordinary heroes. And there's so many of them, veterans and other people with illnesses and with paraplegics. And just, it makes you count your blessings, honestly, it really does.
So were you guys able to work closely with the family to sort of develop the portrayal of Nate's and Gigi's story?
Well, yeah, I mean, at the beginning, I talked to them a lot and talked to the character Ned, who was somewhat based on, but the movie's based on a couple of different characters in that world, if you like. And so we talked with, Charlie talked with them, researched with them. I went to the organization that supplies the monkeys and looked at how that worked. And in the end, we really did our homework and we really understood what this means and what this relationship means. This is a unique relationship, a absolutely unique and fresh look at what we are doing now with our relationships with primates, with service animals, with animals when we're destroying half the habitat that they live in, when we're wrecking half the planet so they can't breathe. What is the relationship now? What do they give us? They give us massive amount. They give us pure love. They give us a primitive understanding of something that is absolutely fundamental to the human spirit. we have to acknowledge that and not separate ourselves from that. And that's what the movie's dealing with.